Ow, we gotta do this podcast before all the storms come in and they take my house away.
It's true.
Ah.
Ah.
I mean, hang on. Let's check the weather right now and see if it's gonna still say, "Hey, you're gonna get a storm soon." Yeah, now it's 11 expected.
Oh.
It's been saying like storms are coming like for the next hour since like 4 o'clock today.
Yeah. I've been following your weather on Twitter. You haven't gotten blown away yet.
Not yet. Could happen tomorrow though.
Nope. I'll fight it.
Hello. Welcome to this week's episode of Seasonal Checkup OVA. It's a podcast where we have conversations about video games, anime, and manga. Hello, I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc, Allie, and Ladium.
Hello.
This is episode number 328. We're going to talk about some short form anime this week. So we can get in, get out, and be on our way.
Yeah. But it's also something fun.
Yes, Nijiyon came out earlier this year on January the 6th. The spinoff of Love Live Nijigasaki High School Idol Club, which if you want to listen to our thoughts and opinions on that anime, you can listen to the season of Jared and Al Watch that pertains to all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So there is that. So this is essentially a spinoff of that. It is also based off of the 4-panel manga that has been out there for quite a few years now. They also they've put those up on YouTube, I think, as well.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, this is just an adaptation of that. It is not full-length episodes, as we talked about. They're like 3 minutes each.
Like 3 to 5 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, which is fine. Like, these are little joke-a-gag episodes, essentially. And you don't want them to be longer than that, because then you run the risk of, like, really wearing the joke thin or just, like, not having enough material to really make episodes out of, essentially.
Right.
So, yeah, I guess you would say this would take place chronologically after season 2 of Nijigasaki-ish.
That makes
sense. It's at least, like, in that time period, because, like, all the girls are here, like, Lanju, Shiriko, and Mia are all here, so it can't be like the first season because they didn't exist then.
Right.
Everyone's here. It's like Pokemon or Smash Brothers. That's the one.
Smash Brothers.
That's the joke. There you go. But yeah, like essentially each of these episodes gives us a little glimmer into the club and what they're doing, and just like these little fun, tiny interactions between characters and everything. Sometimes characters you wouldn't expect to really be, hanging out or interacting with each other normally. We kind of get those kind of things here, and for the most part, it just makes these little fun, quirky, entertaining episodes that every Friday for 3 minutes was like, let's put on Nijiyon. Mm-hmm. Oh, that was fun. All right, let's move on with our day. Get in, get out, and you're on your day.
Except for 2 that made me a little weepy.
That's because you're a baby.
I am a baby.
This is also, I guess, notable because this is the final anime appearance for Tomori Kusanagi, who is the voice of Setsuna before she retired at the end of March of this year.
Mm-hmm. Which is why there were 2 that made me misty-eyed.
Yeah, the last time you get to hear her in that role in terms of the anime, which is sad, of course.
Is there going to be somewhere else where we hear her?
I mean, she's still, I guess, technically in All Stars for the time being, because I don't know like when her voice stuff runs out.
Right, that's true. I didn't think about that.
Because I don't think they've like said anything about that or whatnot. So
right.
So yeah, that is it for her in terms of the anime in particular. But yeah, these episodes are fun. There's little goofs and gags scattered throughout. Like, I really liked in the the second episode where Lanju and I have the cuteness competition, and they do the JoJo gag for Lanju where she's like, "I'm cute, right? I'm cute, right?" And it does the menacing text over her, and she just looks like she's like towering over everyone, and everyone's like, "Oh no!" It's a fun little goof that you really wouldn't expect out of Love Live per se.
No, it's really good. I think that's also something that's good about this is that we've seen it quite a bit in All Stars, and we saw it some in the second season of the anime, but this was also a good time to let like the 3 new gals shine with like their goofiness.
Yeah, 100%.
that we like didn't necessarily always get in the like actual anime because they had to build up the story there and all. This is like them being their normal goofy selves.
Yeah, because
Um,
in the anime we really don't get to see them all join up
mhm.
until like the back half of the season, so there's really not as much time for that to happen. Whereas here, it's basically just kind of like here's the goofy natures of everyone.
Right in the
Um,
interactions.
yeah, it's kind of a lot like the like side story stuff you'll get in like Squad of Festival and Squad of Festival All Stars,
Mm-hmm.
where they kind of just like let the characters be a little bit looser in terms of their characterizations and storytelling than they have to be in, say, the main stories or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's not as much rigidness there as there is, when you actually have to push forward the narrative.
Right.
So there's a lot of fun, like just weirdness that you get to see with everyone in particular. We get the episode where we learn about Karine and how she wanted to be a model, and we get to see like how Karine was like a tomboy as a kid,
On an
and like had
island.
her on an island, had her little pandas,
Yep.
and it was like, look at these fashion magazines. Whoa, these are cool. And now I'm a model.
Yep. Gonna be fancy.
It's interesting because like they didn't really go into like her backstory really in the anime at all,
No.
and so like just getting this here is kind of a weird facet of it because you really wouldn't expect like backstory stuff to happen here, but it's fun that it happens here because like it's goofy and it very much shows like the dichotomy of her characterization,
Mm-hmm.
because you wouldn't expect to see her as a kid to be like, oh, she looks like a tomboy, she's like not as interested in like girly stuff, but then she's reading like these fashion model magazines and be like, whoa, this is neat. She doesn't
This is what
necessarily
I want to
fit the
do.
same, yeah, she doesn't fit the same kind of like mold that you would expect of what you would think she would be as a kid.
I think this is. I mean, you said in the anime, but like this is the first time we've actually gotten that backstory. Period, right? Because I don't remember any of that in All Stars either.
I don't remember, but also there's been times where I just skimmed through the story, so I could not tell you for sure. I want those gems and those items, so I'm just like.
That's fair. That's fair. But it was cool that we got that here.
Mhm.
Um, one of the ones that I liked the best was the Lanju and the Joker
Yes,
episode where they're playing card games.
Lanju becomes the Joker, baby.
That is not what happens.
No, they just play. What is the game they're playing? Is it like Old
I think it's like
Maid?
Old Maid.
Yeah, which
And
is like it's a staple of the Love Live series because like
correct.
they do it in OG Love Live. Do they do it in Superstar as well?
I don't know, but then they do it like with the voice actresses all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah. So like this is definitely a gag that they've done before, but it really works well in this because Lanju is just weird and doesn't quite understand the game.
She thinks that like you win if you get the
Yeah.
Joker. But then like she has like this like moment where she's reflecting of like, oh, me and the Joker were very similar and now I'm sad. And
Hmm.
everybody's like, oh, she thought that was how she's gonna win and now she's gonna lose. And so like they try and figure out like how to cheer her up because
Hmm.
she thought she was gonna win with this. Like, oh.
The gals are very good at helping each other. That's definitely shown in
Oh yeah.
some of these episodes for sure. Like, because like you'd expect because like this is a gag anime, like you wouldn't expect to see that kind of storytelling here.
Right.
But like if you have watched any sort of Nijigasaki related material, like that stuff always comes up,
Mm-hmm.
and it is always very good. So I'm glad that
Mm-hmm.
it is still represented here in particular.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, that episode was real good.
It was real good. It stuck out to me as like this one is one of my faves.
Hmm.
Um, I also mentioned like I got sort of weepy on two of them. One of them was definitely the like what would surprise Setsuna on
Hmm.
stage one.
Yeah.
Which kind of felt like they were doing like I don't want to say like a tribute or a goodbye or whatever, but it felt like they were
Like a
like
way for them to say goodbye.
yeah, because they were definitely like she's powerful, she can do whatever she wants, and I was like
Hmm.
oh. um So yeah, that one got me pretty hard.
Which I'm glad that they were able to do an episode like that, especially considering this is like one of the last times we're gonna hear her in this role. So
Yeah,
it's nice to kind of get that kind of farewell for her in particular. I mean, it's not like the character itself is going away, but just like, her representation of that character.
right. Um, and I got weepy on the last one too, for some of the same reasons. But
Because you're a baby.
I'm a baby. Um, I think that another thing that I really really like about this is that we get more of you.
Yeah, because you is essentially the main character of this series.
Yes, and I love you.
Good
You
old dude, bro.
you is such a dude, bro.
So good.
So good. I'm just really excited to get more of you because like we don't really get that in the game, which is a bummer, but like
No.
we've only gotten her in the anime and now we have her here. I'm like, more you, more you, more you, more you. And then you get like the really, really good bits at like during the ending song with you and all the girls, and it's just like,
Mhm.
this is great. This is
Yeah.
great.
Which, speaking of, that ending theme is very, very good.
Very good. Just
I
like,
really I really enjoyed that they incorporated the of you yelling I can't choose one of them
yep,
that she did on the season 2 live streams that they did. Like that
yep,
was just like the gag that she had running forward, and like they just kept it into this, which I think is a real fun goof.
I agree. It was
So
really, really fun.
yeah. So that's real good. But also that song's a banger, so
It's such a banger. And then like you
Mhm.
got her like dancing with Karian and playing baseball with Mia
Yeah.
and doing some cheerleader stuff with um cheering for idols with Setsuna. Like all of them are super, super fun. Like these little cute animations with her hanging out with the gals.
Mhm.
I love it.
I do like in the last episode as well because like it that episode in particular is kind of more you focused as well,
Hmm.
where like we get to see them all kind of come together as a whole.
Hmm.
Considering a lot of these episodes is kind of like here's a handful of the characters
Right.
in them, so we get to see everyone here, and they also bust out that like
Love you, my
acoustic
friends, acoustic.
version of Love You My Friend, which I think is always very good. So I
Agree.
was very excited to see that be incorporated here.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a lot of fun.
I agree. I agree. Um, I also think like at first I wasn't so sure about like the art style,
Hmm.
but like after watching a few times, I was like, these little chibis are so cute and I want them all.
It matches the manga style incredibly well. Like
Yeah.
it's also interesting because like it is a little CG-ish as well
Mm-hmm. It
with how
is.
they do it. But there's also like various scenes or like very like cuts that they'll do where it's like here's the anime characterization of that person or something.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of do a mix of that. But yeah, I do think that like the way that they are able to use the character designs from the manga and incorporate it into kind of like more of a 3D design for the animation works really well with how they are kind of setting up this series.
And these little 3D models, like they animated really, really well in terms of like facial expressions and all,
Yeah.
which was great. I mentioned it when we were watching the bonus episodes just now, but like the like sideways V winky face is like one of my favorite things.
Hmm.
Like in all of this, they'll just wink and it turns their eye into like a V. It's really good. It's really
And
cute.
especially with like a gag anime slash manga like this, you want to have like you're going to see a lot of like probably wild facial expressions
Yes.
because that's also good comedy in these types of scenarios. So like having all of that in here works really well, and like you said, like it fits the character's design, especially when they're able to do that, and like it doesn't look out of place or anything like or weird in any sort of way. So it all comes together in a very good avenue.
Mm-hmm.
But like you mentioned, there was bonus episodes that were not released with the first season. They came out on the home video release of Nijiyon, which had all 12 episodes in it, but there was 3 bonus episodes that they put out just for that home video release. And essentially they're nothing like super groundbreaking or anything, but it's just basically here's you with all of the girls. Like there's 4, you'll get 4 per episode.
Mm-hmm.
So she, runs the gamut with everyone, and it's just them having these interactions in terms of like, you be. They kind of also have like this theme around the episode of like, the first episode is you. Like I think you basically called it like you collecting her harem, where she's
Yep.
like making all like the other girls embarrassed by doing things.
You said it was Lloyd.
Yeah, she's Lloyd from the Crossbell games.
It's true. It's true.
Has no idea of the power she wields.
No, zero idea.
But yeah, like essentially like the girls are trying to like do things for her to like get her excited or everything, and then she like turns it around on them,
Mm-hmm.
and then they get all like embarrassed or flushed and everything, because like there's one part in that first episode where like Karine is like, oh, how do you like my makeup change and everything? Look at my face. Look how you gotta look close up to it. And Yu's is like, oh no, that's too close. It's embarrassing. And then Karine's like, well, I wanted your honest opinion. And Yu's like takes a minute, is like, wait a minute. She wanted my honest opinion about this.
All right,
All right,
get
let me
closer.
get up. I need to get you to get closer to me. Let's go. And Karine's just like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Too close.
Too close. Come on.
Again, one of my favorites on this was the Satsuno one.
Mm-hmm.
Because
That's a really good one.
I loved it. Sorry,
So
I liked it.
This is the second episode where essentially for this set of episodes, it's like all
Turned
of the girls
around.
essentially kind of dunking on you in a
Yep.
weird way. So like Kanata is like having her get her all stuff set up for sleep, and she's like, oh, I'll be your prince because you're a princess. And then Kanata's like, no, I think you're more of a servant.
Yep.
And then she gets flustered by Emma because Emma lays on her lap and everything. And then there's the one with Setsuno where like Setsuno's talking about like, oh, here's all the stuff that I love. I love light novels. I love anime. I love school idols. I also like you. And then like at the moment, Yu's is like, yeah, that's great. And then she thinks back like after Setsuno leaves, she's like, wait a minute. She loves light novels.
It's like in slow-mo.
She loves anime.
She loves school idols.
But she likes me? What the heck?
That was really good.
Oh man, it's real good.
She was devastated.
She didn't know what to do. She didn't know what to do after that.
Nope. I was joking. That's basically Setsuno's rap in the one song.
Mm-hmm.
She
Oh,
school idol daisuki.
the one with Rina is also really good.
Yes, I agree.
Where Rina's just trying to get more expressions for the Rina-chan board and everything, and you just like beams a smile at her, and she's like, "Oh, new smile, sweet!" And she like draws the smile and everything, puts it up to her face, and you still doing the beaming smile, and there's like beam, and then they just turn to the camera and just look straight at it,
Just beam at us.
and that's it.
That was really good.
Oh man. And then the last episode is basically like the 3 new gals and Aimu. So we get like a funny one with Shiriko where Yu's got all the first years. She's like, oh, you first years are so cute. You're so cute. And Shiriko's like sitting there. She's like, I'm a first year too. And then they're all like, oh, it's so cute. And they all just start petting her head. And Shiriko's like, this is not what I expected. I don't know what to do now.
Nope.
Help. The one with Mia's very good. Because she has to force you to call her senpai, and Mia's like, gets very excited about it. It's very reminiscent to the K-On! Bit with Yui and Azusa. Where Yui gets very excited when she gets called senpai.
Right.
But that was a good one. The one with Lanshu is also good because Lanshu's like, oh, you called me out here. I expect you need something. Do you need a favor? Do you need to ask me something? And Yu's is like, no, I just wanted to hang out. And, I just felt like, hanging out with Lanshu. And Lanshu's like, what? Hey, what? I didn't prepare for this. I didn't expect this. Oh, no. And then, of course, IBU, they're just, like, hanging out, watching Alive, and Yu's just cheering the whole time. And then it turns around to Yu cheering for IBU, and IBU does not know how to handle it.
Nope.
So, like,
Put those light sticks to pink.
Yes, she does. They're very fun little bonus episodes. Like they don't like super like add to like I guess the narrative or anything, but they're little fun goofs that you get to see with all the girls and you. So I thought those were really fun and like a real good way to kind of cap off the first season of Nijiyon in particular.
You think there's gonna be more Nijiyon?
I mean, if they wanted to, they certainly could.
Yeah, I mean they've got the models.
Yeah, and it's like it's a 3-minute anime, and like I think there's quite a bit of Nijiyon manga out there. So
Nice.
if they wanted to, they could definitely like make more if they wanted to. Like I don't know if it's going to be anytime soon because they have the OVA coming up for the anime.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, who knows? So
who knows?
It could be. I would definitely be interested to see more of this because I think it could be fun.
Oh yeah.
It's just the thing of like, will they? How much more material can they make for this? All that sort of stuff. But like again, it's 3 minutes, so you don't have to spend like 24 minutes making up gags.
Right.
Worth of that, like you get all that in 8 episodes. Essentially, not 8 episodes. Almost 8 to 9 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, I forgot one that we didn't mention. The one where Rina makes the game.
Yes.
Is really, really fun because it becomes like a competition. It's like, is it Setsuna and you who try really hard to like get to the top? I think.
That sounds about right.
And they're like, oh man, there's this one person who's just so good. We can never beat them. Why are they so good? And then like the very end shot is like IMU over there just like being a gremlin playing the game, getting the top score. It's like nice. And then like you says something about like her being a gaming addict. It's really fun because I forgot about that little tidbit about IMU until we got to that one. I was like, all right, IMU does like to like play games.
Gaming gremlin.
Gaming gremlin. Sometimes you gotta be gaming gremlin, but
I think as well, like the game they use in that is based off of the game they've actually put out, like the Endless Runner they put out.
Yeah, I think so.
Just real wild.
Yeah. I forgot that existed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that episode was real fun as well.
Uh-huh.
All these episodes are real fun. I don't know why
I sounded like Goofy there. Or Mickey Mouse.
Yuck.
Yuck.
I am a Goofy. Yeah, these are fun episodes. Like I think this could definitely be if like you were curious about this and wanted to like see what this group of gals from Love Live is about. Like this is a very easy way to go on that track or like give you like a test run of it because it's just 3-minute episodes and like you can get in, get out, and if you don't like it, you can bounce very quickly. You don't have to commit to like longer episodes and all that sort of stuff, and it gives you enough of like a introduction to the characters and like kind of how they are to really let you get to know them more than if you were just going in blind per se. So I think this could definitely be a good introduction to the Niji gals in particular.
That makes sense.
Yeah, which works. Like, it's much easier to recommend someone to watch something that's 3 minutes long than 24 minutes if they're going into this and like not exactly sure about it.
Right.
But yeah, Nijiyon was fun.
It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it quite a lot. It was a good way to like start 8 a.m. Fridays.
That's never a good time.
No, but Nijiyon made it a little bit brighter.
Yes. That is for true. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap up our episode this week. A little bit shorter, but short episodes for short episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. So if you'd like more from us, head on over to seasonalanimecheckup.com or sec.cool, where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Jared and Now Watch. You can also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Ann Ladium, go to annladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Anime Checkup. You can buy our books, One Shiny Moment, A Critical Analysis of Love, Life, Sunshine, and Hot Tubs and Pac-Man on Amazon.com. And you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/SACOVA. Buy us a slice of pizza, get access to unedited versions of the podcast early, and a whole wealth of bonus content as well. next week, I think it's time for us to take a look at a village and a castle and an island.
Yeah.
So, presumably next week we'll chit chat about that Resident Evil 4 remake and see if it was worth remaking or if they failed and didn't remake it well and just play the original. We'll find all that out next week.
Next week.